Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So this is a recording to discuss exercise chapter 5, question number 4. Okay, chapter 5, question number 4, page 110. Okay, in this recording, I will show you step by step on the guideline how to complete this question. Okay, so let's get to it. Let me share my screen. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. Okay, so what I have here, I have already prepared all the journals. Okay, we have special journals here, all four of them. We have general journal, and then we also have our cash book. Okay, and then the general ledger. Okay, and here the general ledger and also the subsidiary ledger. And lastly, we have our trial balance and also the financial statements. Okay, so today in this recording, we are going to complete the whole question beginning from the recording into the books of prime entry until the preparation of financial statements. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, let's look at the question. Question number 4, KFM Furniture. Okay, the following are transactions pertaining to KFM Furniture for the month of June 2004. Okay, June 1st, Kamal commenced business as a furniture dealer by contributing the following assets and liabilities. Okay, memo number 1. So we have here cash at bank, motor vehicle, and loan from Maybank. So what we need to do here is that we have to record this in the book of prime entry. Firstly, we have to identify which journal does this goes into. Okay, this is the opening balance of assets, liability, and equity. So this goes into general journal. Okay, so you have to remember this. Okay, the book of prime entry. Okay, so firstly, let's record the date properly, June 1st. Okay, and here what we have here is the bank. Okay, number 1 is bank. Reference is where can we find the bank account later? So in this case, the reference would be CB, stands for cash book. Okay, and the amount is 50,000 ringgit debit. Okay, why debit? Because bank is an asset. Okay, next. After that, we have motor vehicle. Motor vehicle. Okay, later on, we can find motor vehicle accounts in general ledger. Okay, so we write down GL. Okay, and the amount is 40,000 ringgit. Okay, next, we have loan from Maybank. So what we're going to write here is bank loan. Okay, you notice that there is a space. Okay, some space here. Okay, this is how we record in general journal. Okay, for the credit transactions, credit record, we are going to have some space before the name of the account. Okay, and bank loan, again, we can find the account later in general ledger. Okay, and the amount is credited 30,000 ringgit. Why credit? Because bank loan is a liability. Okay, now before we end this recording, the recording of this first transaction, okay, look at this. Compare the debit and credit. The total debit and credit must be the same. Okay, so if you can see here, the total debit is 90,000 ringgit, but the total credit is 30,000 ringgit. So there is an amount missing. Okay, 90,000 minus 30,000, so we get 60,000. Okay, so what do we record this as? This should be capital. Okay, so we record this capital. And again, capital account can be found later on in GL. Okay, so where write down GL here, general ledger. Okay, now this is not finished yet. Next, we have to write the narration. Okay, being the assets, liabilities. Okay, and owner's equity introduced into the business. Okay, so this is basically how we record the narration. Oh, don't forget to record the document number as well, memo number 1. Okay, this is a complete narration. Okay, so let's tidy this up properly. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do this. This and this. All right. Okay, so we've got here our first transaction. Okay, correctly entered into our general journal. Okay. Now, after we have done this, what do we do? Okay, next is, okay, because we already record all these accounts, so we have to update these amounts into the accounts. Okay, so bank is in cash book, so let's go to cash book. Okay, see here, bank is on the debit side, right? So cash book, it should be on the debit side as well. Okay, 1st June. Okay, so what is the account here? The account would be capital. Okay, why? Because this is the start of business. Okay, so for the start of business, we just commence the business. Okay, the particular would be capital. If it is an older balances, it would be balance BD. Okay, you have to remember this because if you record this wrongly, your marks will get deducted. Okay, so here the folio, where do we get this? Where can we find the capital account later? It will be in general ledger. Okay. And then for the document number, we have memo one. Okay. Memo number one. Okay. And then the amount is 50,000 ringgit. Okay. In the bank account, 50,000 ringgit. And this is also appears in other receipt, 50,000 ringgit. Okay. So this is the complete recording for cash book. Okay. Let me make this bigger for you. Okay. All right. Next, okay, we have to record all of this. Everything else is in the GL, general ledger. So let's go to our GL, okay, ledger. Okay. Firstly, let's open motor vehicle account. Okay. So for the motor vehicle account, sorry, I think it's better for me to make this bigger as well. Okay. I think this is better, right? Okay. Motor vehicle account. Okay. The particular would be capital. Okay. And the amount is 40,000 ringgit. Okay, next we have bank loan. Okay, I already have two different types of ledgers here. The debit side would be here and the credit would be here. This is to make things easy for me later on when I close the account. Okay, next is um capital sorry, loan. Okay, let's open bank loan first. Okay, let's follow the order. Okay, bank loan. Okay, and the amount, sorry, 1st June, capital 30,000 ringgit. Okay, and then let's open capital account. Okay, for the capital account, okay, firstly we have our bank, was it? Okay, our bank, 50,000. Sorry, this would be the date. Okay, bank, 50,000 ringgit. Okay, and then we have our motor vehicle. Okay, same date, motor vehicle. Okay, we have motor vehicle at 40,000. And then we also have our bank loan. Okay, bank loan is 30,000. Okay, and this leave us at 60,000 capital. Okay, 60,000 balance. Okay, but we are going to leave it here for now. Okay, we are not going to close the account yet because there might be some, maybe one or two transactions related to the additional capital. So if we have that, we have to add into this capital account. Okay, so we are going to leave this account for now. Okay, now let's move on. We already record everything now. Okay, now let's move on to the next transaction. Okay, purchase furniture for resale on credit from IKEA stores, 56,000 ringgit. Okay, purchase furniture. Okay, so where do we record that? In normal circumstances, in normal questions, purchase of furniture would be recorded. Purchase of furniture on credit, right, would be recorded in general journal. But here, since this business sell furniture and it is stated in the question, purchase furniture for resale. So what does it mean? It means that the furniture in this question would be inventories. So purchase of inventories on credit would be recorded in the in the purchase journal. Okay, so go to our purchase journal, 2nd June. Okay, so the account credited will be the name of the seller, which is in this case, IKEA stores. Okay, and invoice number 1344. And we also have, okay, for the reference, it is basically the location of IKEA stores in our accounts. Okay, so IKEA is basically our um trade payable, right? So we can find IKEA stores in trade payable subsidiary ledger. Okay, just write down TPSL. Okay, trade payable subsidiary ledger, and write down the amount 56,000 ringgit. Okay, like this. Okay, and after we have completed the recording in the purchase journal, okay, we have to open IKEA stores in TPSL. Okay, this is recorded at the end of the period. Whereas for the purchases account, that will be recorded at the end of the period. Okay, this is the system of how we record transactions into our ledgers. Different ledgers have and different transactions have different ways of recording. Okay, so firstly now let's go to the ledger. Okay, and make sure we go under the subsidiary ledger. Okay, trade payable subsidiary ledger. This one. Okay, so write down the name IKEA stores. Okay, and because it is a trade payable, okay, so it should be credited. Okay, 2nd June. Okay, and the amount here is 56,000 ringgit, and it is a purchases. Okay, 56,000 ringgit, like this. All right, and this is done for now. Okay, for now, because later we are going to do all the recordings at the end of the period. Okay, next, sold a bedroom set for 5,000 ringgit cash and a dining set for 4,500 ringgit cash. All takings were banked in on the same day. Issued receipt number 322. Okay, so in this case, okay, let's record this properly. Okay, let's go to the cash book. Okay, this is because it is a cash transaction. Okay, so we have to record this 4th June. Okay, it is a sales transaction. Sales transaction. All are cash. Okay, for 5,000 cash and 4,500 ringgit cash. Okay, because the question is phrased this way just to be safe. Although it does say that, okay, all takings were banked in on the same day. Okay, just to be safe, we are going to record it. Okay, firstly, this amount, actually we can just record directly into this bank account. Okay, but just to be safe, okay, let's record it all 9,500 ringgit, okay, into cash, whereas, okay, this is classified as sales, so we have to record this as well, sales, okay, 9,500 ringgit. And then where can we find sales account later? It will be in GL. Okay, and the risk document number is receipt 322, receipt 322. Okay, you can also write down 322, it will be fine as well. Okay, and then, okay, just to be safe, yeah, again, just to be safe, firstly we record this in cash, and then it says there, okay, all takings will bank in on the same day. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a contra transaction. Okay, in case you're wondering, sir, can we actually just record it into the bank account? Okay, well, some lecturers accept that, some even require that. Okay, but if you do this, we cannot tell you that you are wrong because you simply follow the question. So we are playing safe here. Okay, so here, 4th June, okay, we're going to deposit the amount now. Okay, all takings will bank in on the same day. Okay, so here the uh, accounts involved is actually we withdraw from cash, we deposit into our bank account. Okay, so here our bank increases by 9,500 ringgit, right? Okay, and this is because we already record in the bank column. This cannot be bank. The account needs to be hash. Okay. And for contra transaction, okay, for the folio, we need to write down C. The letter C stands for contra. Or alternatively, if you want to put a symbol, okay, you can use this symbol, this tick symbol. Okay, this one. Okay, but if you use this symbol, you don't have to write down C, the letter C anymore. Okay, and document number, is there any document number there? No document number, right? Okay, and then this will be other payment. Okay, 9,500 ringgit. All right. Okay, next. Next, okay, because this is contra, this is cash, we have to record the double entry here. Sorry, it's actually here, this is bank. Okay, the This is cash. Okay, sorry, this is correct one. Okay, because this is credit side, right? Our cash decreases, so we credit cash, so the accounts is bank. Okay, and for the debit side, our bank increases 9,500 ringgit. Okay, and now the same date, 4th June. This is cash, and this is the contra. Okay, so we do this. Okay, we're going to do this, and there's no document number. Okay, and the amount is 9,500 ringgit as other receipt. Okay, you see here, other payment 9,500 ringgit and other receipt is 9,500 ringgit. Now, as you can see here, okay, because firstly, the money goes into the cash and later on we take it out. Okay, this is the credit side. We take it out and we put it into the bank account. That's why, okay, sometimes how do we record this? We immediately record it into bank account. Okay, but again, this is just to be safe, okay, because we don't want your marks get deducted by some lecturers that really follow the question to every details. Okay, so we're going to do this instead. Okay, next. 6th June, paid for motor expenses by check. Okay, so what happened is that we pay for expenses. So the impact is that we have to record this on the credit side of the cash book. Okay, so 6th June, okay, paid for motor expenses. So we write down motor expenses. Okay, and the folio, where can we find motor expenses account later on? In the GL. Okay, in the general ledger. Okay, and there's the document check number MBB123. Okay, it's not a purchase, it's not a payment to our trade payable, it's not related to purchases discount, but it does being classified as other payments. Okay, so we're going to record this 350 in other payment and also subsequently in the bank columns. Okay, because we paid using check. Okay, 350 ringgit like this. Okay, now for purchases, TPC, purchases discount, these three accounts on the credit side, and also TRC, sales, TRC, and sales discount. These three accounts on the debit side, a total of 6 accounts, we only post them to ledger at the end of the period, meaning to say on 30th June. But other expenses or other receipts, okay, from any other sources, okay, will be updated simultaneously. Okay, so in this case, after we record this in the cash book, what we do now is we go to the GL to record this double entry. Okay, so go to general ledger. Okay, now let's open our motor expenses. Okay, and let's look at the details here. 6 June, 350 ringgit. Okay, so now 6 June, bank 350 ringgit like this. Okay, all right, next. 7 June, delivered cardboards to Aiman on account 1,200 ringgit. Okay, so we deliver our product to Aiman. Okay, on account means on credit. So it is a credit sales transaction. Okay, so where do we record credit sales transaction? It will be recorded in the journal, right? Sales journal. Okay, so now 7 June, accounts debited would be Aiman. Is it Aiman? Yeah, Aiman. Okay. Invoice number 909701. And the reference, where can we find Aiman's account? Okay. It will be in the trade receivable subsidiary ledger. Okay, like this. And just record the amount, sorry. Okay, just record the amount here. The amount of the sales is 1,200 ringgit. Okay, after we record this into the journal, we're going to open Aiman's account in the ledger. Okay, make sure it is TRSL. Okay, TRSL here. Okay, so here, look at the title account debited. So Aiman account will be debited. Okay, let's go to ledger. On the debit side, okay, what's the date there? 7. Okay, 7 June. Okay, the transaction is sales transaction. Okay, and we write down the amount 1,200 ringgit. Okay, like this. Okay, next. 9 June. Cash sales paid directly into the bank 1,360. Okay, so in this case, let's go to the cash book. Okay, because it is a cash sales, we receive, okay, the payment. Okay, it is a receipt. So it is debit transaction. Okay, debit side. Okay, so in this case, okay, 9 June, okay, on the debit side, okay, cash sales. So what is the particular? The particular would be sales. Okay, and where can we find sales account later on? It will be in the GL. Okay, is there any document number? Look at the question. Okay, we have receipt 329. Okay, so we can write down 329 here, and the amount is 1360. Okay, and it is directly paid into the bank account. Okay, 1360. Okay, and because this is sales transaction, we do not have to update the sales account immediately. Okay, it will be done later. Okay, next. Um, paid check number MBB125. Okay, we are paying, so it is credited. Okay, on the credit side of the cash book. Okay, 10 June. Paid check number MBB125 to IKEA stores. So we are going to write down its name, their name IKEA stores. Okay, where can we find IKEA stores again? You remember? Okay, it is in the TPSL. Okay, and the document number MBB125. Okay, okay, as part payment of account 5,000. So the amount is 5,000 ringgit. Payment to trade payable. So here TPC 5,000 ringgit. And because it is paid using check, okay, we will record it in bank column 5,000 ringgit. Okay, and for TPSL, okay, we are going to record it simultaneously. By the way, did we open Aiman's account? I think so. Yeah, right. Okay, now let's go to TPSL to update this transaction. Oh, I didn't put Aiman's name here. Sorry, Aiman. Right. Okay. So IKEA stores. Okay. The date is 10 June. Okay, 10 June. Um, 5,000 ringgit, and using check. So the bank. Okay. Okay. Next. Um, sold. Okay. 11 June. Okay. Sold dining set to Adam on account. Okay. On account. So it is a credit sales. So firstly, let's go to our journal. Okay. Sales journal. Okay. 11 June. Adam. Okay. Invoice number 9703, and the reference is TRSL, and the amount is 8,000 ringgit. Okay. So next, what we do is we're going to open Adam's account, go to ledger, create pay receivable subsidiary ledger. So now let's open Adam's account. Okay. Adam. Okay. Debit side. What's the date there? 11 June. Okay. Sales, and the amount is 8,000 ringgit. All right. Next, 12 June. Purchase another furniture for sale from IKEA on credit 15,000 ringgit. Receive invoice number 1356. Sorry, I356. Okay. So because this is, we receive an invoice, it means that it is a credit purchases. So we have to record this in the purchases journal. Okay. So 12 June. Okay, still IKEA, is it? Yeah, IKEA. Okay, same supplier. Invoice number 1356. Is it one or I? I think there's a typo in the textbook. It should be 1356, right? TPSL, and the amount is 15,000 ringgit. Okay, 15,000 ringgit. So now what we do is we update this into IKEA's account. Okay, IKEA. 12 June. Okay, and this is a purchase. Sorry, this is purchases. And the amount is 15,000 ringgit. Okay, 15,000 ringgit. Okay, next. 18 June. Paid wages by check. Okay, we paid by check, so it goes into cash book, credit side. Okay, 18 June, paid wages. So we're going to write wages here. Where can we find wages account later on? It will be in general ledger. Okay, and the check number is MBB 130. Okay, and let's look at the amount here, 1,500 ringgit. Okay, so 1,500 ringgit also to appear in other payment, 1,500 ringgit. Okay, and again, because it is a payment of expenses, we record this in the general ledger simultaneously. Okay, let's go to our GL and open wages expenses. Okay, so this is wages expenses account. It should be debit because it is an expenses. Okay, so 18 June, bank 1,500 ringgit, right? And then next, 19 June, Kamal took home a set of furniture. Who is Kamal? Okay, it's not stated. Oh, yeah. 1st June, Kamal commenced business. Kamal is the owner of the business, right? So this makes this transaction as a drawings transaction. Okay, took home a set of furniture. It is a drawings of inventory. Okay, for the drawings of inventory, it goes into general journal. Okay, so 19 June, debit drawings. Drawings can be found in GL later. So we write down GL and the amount would be 3,200 ringgit. Okay, and then we record on the credit side, that would be purchases. Do I get them? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Purchases. Purchases also is in GL and the amount is 3,200 ringgit. Okay. Next. Okay. Being drawings of inventory by the owner of the business. Do we have any document number there? Memo number 2. Okay. So this is how we record it. Okay. All right. So yeah. So this is the drawings in the general journal. Okay. So next we're going to update this in the GL. Okay. So let's open our drawings account. Okay. Drawings. Drawings is debited. Okay. So 19 June purchases and the amount is 3,200 ringgit. Okay, and then have we opened purchases yet? No, we haven't opened purchases account yet. Okay, so let's open purchases account. So this is our purchases account. Because here the drawing is on debit with purchases as the particular, in purchases account it should be on credit. Okay, so 19 June. The particular would be drawings and the amount is the same amount, 3,200 ringgit. Okay, and lastly, 20th June, we paid 15,000 of the bank loan. Okay, we paid using check. So let's go to our cash book. Cash book on the credit side, 20th June, bank loan. Okay, because we are paying our bank loan. So the particular would be bank loan. And we can find bank loan later at GL. Okay, and here we have our check MBB 135. Okay, so this would be 15,000 ringgit by check and it is considered as other payment. Okay, it's not TPC. TPC is exclusive for inventories. Okay, so this is how we record it. Now let's go to our ledger. Okay, there our bank loan. Okay, our bank loan account. Okay, right. It is debited. Okay, because the loans decreases, the liability decreases on debit side. Okay, so 20th June, bank 15,000 ringgit. Okay, so we are done with the recording of the transactions. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to close all this ledger. Sorry, all this journal. Okay, so how to close the journal? Okay, firstly, the date would be at the last of date of the month. Okay, so in this case, 30th June. Okay, just write down total, and we will total the whole amount. Okay, so the total purchases is 71,000. So what do we do with this amount? We are going to post this amount into the purchases account. Okay, so let's go to our general ledger. If I recall correctly, we have opened our purchases account. Yeah, there it is. Okay, 30th June. Okay, remember 71,000. Okay, let's look at this again. 71,000. Okay, this is the account is purchases account, debit, and the credited account would be TPC, trade payable control. Although, even though in this question we only have one trade payable, but we still use control account. So here we just write down TPC. And since we haven't opened TPC account yet, let's open TPC. Okay, here in general ledger. Okay, trade payable control. This is TPC. Okay, TPC is on credit side. 30th June purchases. Okay, the amount was 71,000. Was it 71,000? Yep, 71,000 there. Okay, so we're going to record it here as 71,000. Okay, so let's do this for all journals. Okay, and since I'm using Excel, I can just copy and paste. Okay, so there is no purchase return or sales return for this question. All right. Okay, and just do a quick check. I think we already recorded all this. Okay, now let's update sales count. 9,200 ringgit. Okay, I don't think we have opened our sales account yet. Okay, so let's open sales account. Okay, sales on the credit side, 30th June. Sorry, 30th June. Okay, and this is TRC. Okay, and the amount was 9,200 ringgit. Okay, 9,200 ringgit. And now let's open TRC. Okay, so here we have trade receivable control. This is TRC. Okay, it is to be debited. Okay, it is to be debited. Okay, 9,200 ringgit. 30th June, sales 9,200 ringgit. Okay, and since we have closed all of our special journal and all of the entries in the general journal have been uh, posted to ledgers, next is to close our cash book. Okay, to close our cash book, okay, we have to total these columns. Okay, these four columns will be total, whereas these two columns will be balanced off. Okay, so how do we do this? Okay, pay attention to the step. Firstly, okay, because this is the cash book, the normal balance for bank and cash account would be debit side. So here, okay, most of the time under normal circumstances, the debit for bank and cash would have larger amount, right? So in this case, wait, we don't have any cash account, is it? 1360. Did we record that 1360 cash sales paid? Yeah. Wait, oh, sorry. Yeah. This one. Okay, I forgot. I left this. Accidentally left this. Okay, because it looks weird. We don't have any other cash transaction. It shouldn't be in the bank. Wait, sorry. Or did I actually confuse myself here? Sorry, this should be in bank. Okay, so my suspicion is correct. We don't have any cash balances actually. Right, we don't have any cash balances because everything was deposited into bank immediately, and everything else uses check for transaction. Okay, this is, you have to be very careful with this kind of question. It looks weird, but it is what it is. Okay, I will show you later on. Okay, so here, yeah, we're going to total all of this column. Okay, firstly, total all of this column. Okay, so you can see there. Let's just do a quick check. Yes. correct? Okay, correct, and correct. Okay, and then let's do the same thing for the credit side. Okay, make sure it is parallel. Okay, make sure it is parallel. Okay, for me it's easy, right? I'm using Excel, so it just can copy and paste. Okay, whereas for again, for these four columns, we just total them. But for these two columns, bank and cash, we have to balance the account. So in this case, how do we balance the account? Make sure the credit total uses the debit total. Okay, basically we are going to use the larger total, okay, as the total amount. Okay, because sometimes banks can have a larger credit total as well. It becomes overdraft bank. Okay. So in this case, this is the total. Okay, let's do a double line properly here. Okay, okay, double bottom border, right? So actually it's double line there, as you can see there. Okay. So next, what we're going to do is, okay, the idea is that all of this adds up to this amount. Okay. But here, this amount is only 21,850 ringgit. You can see here the sum. So obviously there is an amount missing. So let's find that missing amount. Okay, with this total minus the rest. Okay, like this. Okay, so this would be the missing figure. Whereas for this cash, there is no missing figure because the amount is exactly the same. Okay, that's why earlier it triggered me because it looks weird. Okay, but again, as I said, it is what it is. You just follow the question. You don't change anything. So how to close this account? Okay, take the last day of the month, 30th June, okay, and write down balance C. Okay, and then the amount is 39010. Okay, and then post to the next period, 1st July, balance BD. Okay, and take the previous balances, this amount, and also do the same for cash, okay, which is zero in this case. Okay, so there you go. We have our cash book. Okay, we have our cash book. Later on, I will share this on iTaklim. I will upload this answer on iTaklim as well. All right. Okay, next for the ledger. Yeah, now we are going to close all of these ledgers account. Okay, so I'm just going to do this very quickly. Okay, again, take the last day of the month, 30th June, balance CD. Okay, and firstly, let's total this properly. Okay, 40,000. Use this total. We take this total minus the rest of the entries. Okay, so what we got here is 40,000. Okay, by the way, I need to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rows. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. Okay, we have extra one row. Okay, I'm going to delete this because later on it makes my copy and paste a lot easier. Okay. And for the credit side, okay, we're going to do just the same thing. Okay. Total up the credit side. Okay, that's why I separate between debit and credit accounts because it makes the balancing of account to be a lot easier for me. Okay. But for you, it doesn't matter because you write on your paper, right? Okay. So we don't really mind if you just put all the accounts according to the order of the transactions, or maybe you have some sort of preferences. Okay, up to you really. Okay. But in an organized accounting system, we follow the charts of account. So this is a balance CD. 1st July, balance BD. We take this amount. All right. So now, oh, I haven't put the balance BD yet. Okay. Balance BD. And we take this amount as well. Okay. So again, because as I said, I want to do this very quickly. So I'm going to just copy and paste. Okay. So it should be here. Okay, and then this as well will be here. This, okay. Bear with me while I'm pasting this. I think that's it. This is the last one. Yeah, this is a very short question, actually, very simple question. Okay, and let's close. Yeah, I also we also have to close this. Okay, our subsidiary ledger. Okay, for our subsidiary ledger, it's easy because we don't have that many accounts. Okay, so that's it. It's done. Right. Next, let's prepare our trial balance. Okay, for the trial balance, we're going to list all the accounts and their balances. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Okay, motor vehicle. Okay, and then the debit. Oops, sorry, not this one. Okay, uh, this one is it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so okay, let's do this. Okay, I think it's up to this. Okay, A2 and then A11. So I have to add like 9 cells. Okay. Okay, this is what we do if you do Excel. You know, it makes things a lot easier. Okay. So remove the absolute references. Okay, A2 plus 9 cells, it becomes A11. Right, motor expenses. At 11 plus 29, 20, 29, 38, 47, 56. There is no account anymore after trade receivable control. Okay. So we just delete this. Now it's time for it to update the balances. Okay, so this becomes 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. Okay, that's it. Don't forget our bank cash and bank balances is zero, but we do have balance in our bank account. Okay, let's take a look at our cash book. Yeah, cash is zero, but bank we have 39,000. Okay, so this is our bank account. Now for the credit accounts, okay, let's go to the ledger. The bank loan, okay, absolute reference. Okay, on the credit side is the balances. Okay, please. Okay, so now let's repeat the same thing and remove the absolute references for, formula. Okay, and we just update the relative references. 11, 20, 29, 38. Okay, no accounts. You only have 4 accounts for our credit side. Okay, 18, 27, and 36. Okay, and then what do we do is that, okay, I don't want to have that many extra spaces. How about TRSL and TPSL? We don't have to show them in the trial balance. Okay, subsidiary, we only show the control accounts. Okay, so now the total, okay, let's hope we get the same total. I don't want to spend too long on this question. Sorry. Right. 5860. Where is this 5860? Always, there must be something missing somewhere. Um, Cash sales. Is it cash sales? Where's my sales? Yes, yes, we forgot something. I forgot something. Sorry. Okay. I haven't recorded this transaction yet. Okay. The sales and also the payment to TPC. Okay. So now let's do this. Okay. But the nice thing about this is that, okay, it will update it automatically. Okay. You look at this here. Okay. This is the total and the balance. Okay. Let me put it here. Okay, this is basically I'm pasting only the value, okay, so that we can actually compare it later. Okay, now, okay, look at our cash book. Okay, this is one step that we skipped earlier. Okay, the sales. Okay, from the cash book, the total sales is 10,860 ringgit. We have to put this into our sales account. So let's go to ledger, sales. Okay, okay, let's look back. Okay, both are, okay, sorry, one is cash and one is bank. Okay, one is cash and one is bank. Okay. So here, sorry, 30th June, last date of transaction. Cash and also bank. Okay, how do I know cash or bank? Okay, you see the first sales, 9,500 ringgit. You see in the cash column, so we write down cash 9,500 ringgit. Whereas, okay, you can see the balance updates automatically. And for the bank, 1360. Okay, so we're going to write 1360 here. Okay, and there is no TRC transaction, no sales discount, so we don't have to update anything else. Whereas for the credit side, there is no purchases, but we do have TPC. Okay, so this TPC needs to be debited into our TPC account. Okay, so let's go to our TPC. Where is our TPC? This one, TPC. Right. It should be debited. Okay, 30th June. Was it cash or bank? TPC 5,000, bank. Okay. So here, bank 5,000 ringgit. Okay. So now let's look at our try balance. Yeah, there you go. Okay, it is balanced now. Okay, whereas this was our figure before we make the correction. Okay. So now it is balanced. Okay. Now this is the trial balance. The next step would be we're going to prepare the statement of profit or loss. Okay. Please use the correct title. Okay. I need to remind you on this because in the textbook, the older textbook, the blue colored one, okay, it was statement of profit or loss, statement of profit and loss. Okay, it should be statement of profit or loss. Okay, in the new textbook, we have made this correction. Okay, so for the OPL, we are going to start with the sales. Okay, just take from this trial balance. Okay, sales. Okay, less cost of goods sold. Okay, for the cost of goods sold, firstly, we have beginning inventory in the proper format. But in this question, since we don't have any beginning inventory, we don't have to record it. What we have here is purchases. Okay, and that's it. There is no purchases return, there is no purchases discount. So just record this. Okay, and since we only have this as our COGS, we can write this at the far end of the financial statement. Okay, and the purchases would be, oh my God, we make a loss here. Okay, it is a loss because we sold less than purchased. Okay, so now, okay, this is not a good business. Not a good way to run a business. You know, we should we should sell more than we purchase. Okay, so this is our gross loss. Okay, the opposite of gross income. All right. Okay, next. We don't have any other revenue, but we do have operating expenses. Other operating expenses, okay, which this is going to make things worse. Okay, we have firstly our motor expenses and then our wages, right? Okay, and we also have to record it here and here, and then oh my God, the loss gets bigger now. Okay, so this is the expenses. Okay, so this is the net loss. Net loss. Okay, next we're going to prepare our statement of financial position. So we don't have to have this extra column. Yeah. Okay. Next, for this one, we're going to start with the non-current asset. Okay, non-current assets. Okay, for the non-current assets, wait, yeah, I like to have everything looks the same. Okay. For the non-current assets, what do we have here? We have motor vehicle. Only one current assets, I think. Yeah, only motor vehicle. Again, this is a very question. Okay, motor vehicle. So the amount is 40,000. Okay. Yeah, I want to use P4 as well. Sorry, E4. motor vehicle. Okay, and that's it. Okay, we only have one current non-current assets, and then our current assets. Okay, our current assets would be, we don't have any cash, but we do have bank. Okay, and we also have our TRC. Okay, can this is a lot easier. Okay, trade receivable control. Yeah, this is a very easy question. Okay, designed to actually, be friendly to new learners. Okay, so we have TRC here, and then we're going to total up the non-current assets. So this will be our non-current assets, and then we have our total assets. Okay, total assets would be, we sum the non-current asset and current assets together, and then we have our owner's equity. Okay, for the owner's equity, firstly, we have our capital. Okay, don't forget our capital. Okay, the capital is 60,000 ringgit. Look at here. Okay, 60,000 ringgit. Sorry, sometimes I use relative referencing like this. Sometimes I type it. I hope that doesn't bother you. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes less net loss. If we get net income or net profit, we're going to add those net income, net profit. But here, since we got losses, we are going to minus it. Okay. And also less. We also have drawings, right? Okay, so less drawings. And the amount of the drawings is 3,200 ringgit. Okay. So this would be our total owner's equity. Okay. And then we have our um non-current liability. Okay. But sometimes we use long-term liability as well. Okay. We have a bank loan amounted to 15,000 ringgit. And then we have our current liability, um, trade payable control, and the amount is 66,000. Oh my God, that is a lot. Too much debt, right? Too much to manage the, because it's a new business, new business. Total liabilities and bonus equity. Can I change the order? Yeah. Total owner's equity and liabilities. Yeah, these look nice. There you go. Okay. A balanced statement of financial position. Okay. So here again, just to recap, that's it. Okay. Just to recap. Firstly, what we did was we record all the transactions into their respective journals, and then we record everything into the cash book. Okay. And then we post those balances into our ledger, broken down into separated into general ledger and also subsidiary ledger. And lastly, we prepared our trial balance, financial statements, both SOPL, statement of profit or loss, and statement of financial position. Okay, so if you have any problem, any question after watching this video, after watching this recording, okay, you may ask in the WhatsApp group. Okay, or even you can post questions in on this video. Okay, so that's all. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. That's it for this recording. Okay, let me end the session. Thank you. All the best.